Fresno State Focus, California parks are getting a major upgrade. Governor Gavin Newsom was in the Central Valley today, taking center stage.
Then, Fresno State's advertisement competition team is celebrating a national finish that's putting their work in the spotlight.
Plus, the Clovis Rodeo is back, bringing big crowds, live music, and non-stop action.
Here on Herndon, and Herndon was really where you could see, I guess, the clouds getting pulled towards.
The clouds were pulled into a funnel that warranted a tornado warning across Fresno County yesterday. Welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Fabian Ornelas.
And I'm Marcos Marquez. Let's get started with today's news. We're still talking about our tornadoes today. This was the first time in 7 years that a tornado touched down in Fresno County, but we've had plenty of warnings, even one earlier this month on the west side of the county.
Joseph Malcolm has more on this big story.
I can't be the only one who rewatched Glenn Powell wrangle tornadoes last night in the Twisters movie. So this tornado was unusual weather for the Central Valley. Even though intense storm was centered in the Madera Ranchos, the warning was miles wide. The National Weather Service found uprooted trees in eastern Fresno County, consistent with an F1 tornado, but a final report is not out yet. Voting for the ASI election is going on now until tomorrow. Fresno State students have the chance to help shape the future of their campus. After weeks of campaigning and presidential debates, our future ASI officers just need you to vote and decide who will represent you and the campus. The candidates that end up winning the election will be the people that decides how our student funds are spent.
ASI's multi-million-dollar budget is student fee based, so it's your student dollars paying our budget. So make sure to vote to get a say on who gets to manage your student fees next semester. So check your email for the link.
Your email will include the ballot as well as your unique username and password that is attached to your student ID. Physical ballot booth spots include the RSU and the library. A Hanford native is out of the president's cabinet amid controversy. Lori Chavez is leaving her role as labor secretary after multiple allegations of misconduct. The White House says she is stepping away for a private sector position. Chavez grew up in the San Joaquin Valley and graduated from Fresno State. And just in this afternoon, U.S. Navy Secretary John Phelan is also stepping away from the Trump administration. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Joseph. Major changes are underway at California parks. To celebrate Earth Day today, Governor Gavin Newsom came to the San Joaquin River to help announce 3 new state parks around the Central Valley. These parks will be in Olivehurst, up near Sacramento, one in Bakersfield, and part of the San Joaquin River Parkway here in Fresno.
So the 3 parks that we announced today are all parks that won't cost the state to actually bring into the state park system because they're held by entities that are willing to transfer it to state parks.
Governor Newsom and his wife were in attendance championing the California 30 for 30, referring to the 30,000-acre state park expansion by the year 2030.
And we continue to make the point. We keep coming back over and over and over and over and over and over again, trying to deliver on our not just promises and promotion, but our commitment to be here for the Central Valley and to make sure we continue to invest in a geographically equitable way all across the state of California.
This is the largest expansion to state park system in decades, bringing the total to 283 parks around California.
Fresno State is marking the return of their 25th year of Sexual Assault Awareness Month with the return of their event, Take Back the Night. Tomorrow night, the event runs from 5 to 9 on the lawn outside of the Resnick Student Union. Organizers say the night is all about awareness and creating a space where survivors of domestic violence, stalking, and sexual assault feel supported.
I just hope that they're able to get all the resources that they need from the different resource tables that are there, and that they're also able to hear other survivors and just know that they're not alone and feel some sort of hope about the future.
Take Back the Night will include a resource fair and protest, followed by an open mic and award ceremony.
It's Research Week here at Fresno State. The Jordan Agricultural Center kicked things off with its 5th annual research showcase. Students and staff and faculty showed off their research in the Ag Research Center. Dean St. Hilaire kicked off the event, congratulating all the researchers on their hard work. Research Week will continue until Friday.
Fresno State's National Student Advertising Competition team is celebrating its 2nd place finish in a national championship competition. The team came back from Reno and gathered with Adam PR students as well as professionals for a luncheon. Faculty advisors for the PR Club, Betsy Hayes, spoke, as well as Arts and Humanities Dean Honora Champagne. They both highlighted the work that went into the students' advertising campaign.
See the level of the quality of what you produced this year for your NFL campaign. It radiates the example that Professor Hayes sets for you in the classroom and outside of it.
The team then shared the exact presentation that earned them an impressive 2nd place. Fresno State offers many programs to students. However, there is one program specifically designed for high school students to prepare them for the real world. The club ensures participants receive top-notch university education. The program is right in front of the library to ensure early access for high school students.
Our research shows that we exceed all the average academic rates that the state of California has, or even Fresno Unified School District. We always exceed that.
If you or a family member are interested in joining the program, you can find a form on the Fresno State website. Just search Upward Bound Programs.
Fresno State students facing food insecurity have a resource here on campus. Brandon Sandoval shows us how the Amendola Family Student Cupboard is supporting the Fresno State community.
At the Industrial Tech Building, the Student Cupboard is making a big difference for students in need. The program offers free groceries and essentials to any Fresno State student.
I think last time we looked at the numbers, right, it was 2,500 visits per week, about 10,000 visits per month. It's a booming place. It's definitely a used and utilized resource on campus.
Since it was founded in 2014, more students are turning to the cupboard as living costs continue to rise.
Gas that's high, there's high affordable housing, right? And so kind of the inflation of the economy, programs like this are really helpful for students.
The food pantry is supported by volunteers who are driven to help provide food on the table.
We're giving out to the community as well because you have people here that have children, and it not only helps their family, but it helps other families as well.
But apart from giving to your community, the food pantry is simply a fun place to contribute.
It's kind of like a very fulfilling thing, I would say. And working here with all these different people of different backgrounds, different majors, it's just really fun, you know.
The student cupboard receives shipments throughout the week, but Tuesdays are usually the heaviest, with cereal, popcorn, and tons of other food being shipped. Although the pantry does provide food, it plays a much larger role for students. It's a place for them to turn to.
We welcome folks from a diversity of populations to come volunteer to serve their fellow peers.
In the Amendola Family Student Cupboard, Brandon Sandoval, Fresno State Focus.
The Student Cupboard is open every day during the week from 11 to 4. It serves any student who would like to stop by. The Clovis Rodeo is back for its 112th year. The action starts tonight. The rodeo is a long-time tradition for the Valley. Over 50,000 people come to the rodeo every April to see some action-packed bull riding and roping. The rodeo will also host 3 concerts tonight through Friday with country stars Corey Rent, Josh Ross, and Shane Prophet. Top bull riders will compete tonight through Sunday.
Got a good group of cowboys and cowgirls to compete this year. We pretty much try and get the top ones here every year, and we're pretty successful in that.
The rodeo ends on Sunday. Saturday's Clovis Rodeo Parade in Old Town Clovis starts at 9:30.
Lemoore has less than 24 hours to meet California's low-income housing mandates. Jerry Hawker shows us how one city is caught between state pressure and local concerns.
To the state, these new low-income apartments represent progress, but to the neighbors, they symbolize a threat to the status quo. People posting on the Lemoore Citizens Group on Facebook say they're worried crime will go up, property values will go down, and their privacy will be threatened. They don't want a 3-story building looking down on their backyards. However, supporters say the focus should be on families moving in.
They're helping low-income families, military families, single mothers, single fathers. They're helping those people build stability for their children. Nobody's looking in your backyard. They're too busy with their kids and doing stuff.
But the pressure isn't just coming from the neighborhood, it's coming from Sacramento. Governor Gavin Newsom has issued a notice of violation to the city, giving Lemoore until just Thursday to finalize its low-income housing roadmap or face legal action.
The governor did put out a statement that was disingenuous because it did make it seem, he just said that we're not doing what we're supposed to do, and that's false. We've gone over and above.
Planning documents show the city proposed an 80-lot subdivision on Champion Street, south of Highway 198, to help meet the state-mandated 6-cycle housing element, but the project is on hold after people push back on higher density zoning. Just across the street, Lemoore's lush golf course sits in sharp contrast, highlighting the divide in this debate. I reached out to city leaders for comment, but have yet to hear back. In Lemoore, I'm Jerry Hawker for Fresno State Focus.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, revitalization efforts are underway in downtown Sanger. We take a look at what's being done.
Plus, we'll give you the latest updates you need to know about Porch Fest this weekend.
Clouds are all around us, but are they bringing more rain? Find out more after the break.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
Welcome back to Fresno State Focus. I'm Finley Pendergast with your focus on weather. We've had quite the past couple of days. Yesterday we saw a tornado here in the Central Valley. I mean, people were projecting storms. A tornado, that's insane. Taking a look here right outside Fresno State, we see some dark clouds that went over us, but let's see over on today's highs. We got some mid to high 60s going down here in the South Valley. We have Hanford with a high of 70 and Shaver Lake with a low. And here we go to tonight's lows. Pretty cold, pretty chilly, so if you are outside, make sure you're bringing a jacket. If you are over there at the rodeo, some mid to high 40s. And then, like I said, that rain that we got hit with yesterday, that brings us some great air quality, green all around the Central Valley. Go outside and breathe in that fresh air. We're going to see the sun back tomorrow. And then on Friday, the clouds, it will be a little bit cloudy. Now on Friday, it is Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. There's going to be an event here on campus starting at 12. At 7, there's going to be a candle ceremony. And then over to Saturday and Sunday, over to the weekend, the rain will return. But there's a lot going on. We got the rodeo, we got Fresno State football's spring game. So if you are heading over to those events, wear your cowboy hats, wear your ponchos, make sure you are covered up. And then we're going to see clouds going into next week. And how could I forget, happy Earth Day, everybody. This year's Earth Day has some new additions to our own greenery, and we have university high school students to thank for that. Oscar Alexander is live along the Maple Mall to show us what they're doing with their green thumbs. Oscar?
And we're here in the greenery in between the Music Building and the Joyal Building in what's called the Maple Mall. I'm here with Jack Roberts, and earlier today, Jack and his club planted 5 Valley Oak trees here in this greenery. So Jack, do you want to tell us a little bit about what motivated you to jump into something like this?
Absolutely. So what motivates me personally is the education of students and having them learn about our endemic ecosystems, as well as for them to take pride in our campus that we go through and walk through every day.
And why is that so important to you?
Again, mostly for education. I want people to know how important Valley Oaks are to our Central Valley. So hopefully they can grow up and go into the workforce knowing and keeping in mind the environmental aspect of life, and that this is something worth protecting.
And what do you hope to kind of achieve with events like this? And going into the future, do you hope this inspires students to keep this going?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I hope it inspires students to keep going. That's one of my main motivators in allowing them to take part in a planting like this, is that they will then carry it on into their future.
Well, thank you for taking the time today, Jack. And Valley Oak trees have a lifespan of about 600 years. So if you guys want to check them out, they'll be here in the Maple Mall. I'm Oscar Alexander from Fresno State Focus. Back to you guys at the desk.
If you're flying out anytime soon, you can eat at a new restaurant at the Fresno Yosemite International Airport. Actually, a few new restaurants. The restaurant serves authentic Mexican food like tacos, chimichangas, and enchiladas. They also have ice-cold margaritas if you have a long layover or you just want to get the trip started. Los Amigos is part of the $150 million expansion of the Fresno Airport.
Business is growing in downtown Sanger. Let me show you what is being done. Local business owners are expressing excitement and working with one another to help make the downtown area appealing.
I really feel and I'm trusting the people here, and it's been actually a blast to grow with them beside them to make Sanger kind of flourish.
Maverick Screen Printing has been a staple of downtown Sanger for years, selling and customizing t-shirts and hoodies to support Sanger schools and sports programs. Crystal Bakery, a local staple for 40 years, has seen a significant boost in business.
We're real big on Christmas. We're real Catholic place here at the restaurant.
I spoke with City of Sanger Community Development Director Joshua Goggins to get his assessment on the revitalization efforts downtown.
If it was neglected for 10 years, it'll take 20 years of enhanced oversight to bring it back up to speed.
Instead of what Goggins calls corporate overloads that are seen around the city, Goggins believes that the downtown area needs to focus more on is businesses the community wants.
Get out of the way. Let people operate. Let people be in business. Don't have onerous policies on them, and just let them do their things.
Many new businesses are helping to grow downtown Sanger, including a brand new tractor supply store that's set to open soon.
After 2 years of planning, the City of Merced has a brand new community space.
3, 2, 1.
The new plaza is downtown just off Main Street. People gathered in the Bob Hart Square for the ribbon cutting. Local singer Zoe Ray kicked off the celebration with the first concert of an ongoing series.
We will have the first Long American Day celebration in downtown Merced next month. We will also have Loud New Year Festival downtown in Merced in May, and we're hoping to bring other historic and brand new events to downtown Merced in Bob Hart Square.
Parking will now be available on Main Street, which previously hosted community events.
Jazz music has been bringing communities together for over a century. Oscar Alexander has more on how this genre is transcending generations in Fresno.
For over a century, jazz has been one of the most evolved genres of music.
is striving for something new and striving for individuality within the music while being a caring and listening and nurturing and loving individual.
In Fresno, jazz events are funded by the city through Measure P, but at Fresno State, the jazz department has struggled to find funding for things like guest musicians.
See, we've had a ton of guest artists over the years, and unfortunately we had to cancel 20 this year because we weren't fortunate enough to receive any IRA funding.
IRA, or Instructionally Related Activities, is a fund built to enhance student learning by providing opportunities to pull them closer to their field of study. Things like guest speakers or guest musicians are included in this fund. For jazz studies, this cut in funding is a problem, in a genre that already sees a growing age disparity. That jazz listeners actually tend to appear older, at least here in California. But here at Fresno State, students like the ones that practice in rooms like these are working here locally to bridge those gaps. Jamie Pierce and his friends started Jam House, a series of local jams working to present jazz in a way younger people can engage with.
The whole idea is that people come out and they just enjoy making music together on the spot.
And for him, it's an ongoing mission.
I think jazz is really fleeting, especially right now. It's like you have to, something that I've noticed is that you really have to find a new way to invent jazz.
In the music department at Fresno State, Oscar Alexander, Fresno State Focus.
Jazz events happen in a few venues across town as well. Follow Jazz Fresno and Fresno State Jazz to keep up with the next concert or jam session.
If you want to hear some live music, you can head over to Porch Fest on Saturday. Alexis Parra joins us now with a preview of one of Tower District's most popular events.
This is the 6th year Porches will turn into live stages. Jeremy Hofer is here to talk with me about this free event. Hi, Jeremy. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, great to be here.
Now, can you explain more what Porch Fest is all about?
Sure. It's a free, community-driven festival that happens across about 115 porches in the Tower District in Fresno. And porches open their front yards for performers, all kinds of different performances throughout the day.
Now, that's a huge venue and there's a lot to offer. How can guests prepare for this event?
Yeah, great question. Best way to prepare is to go to towerporchfest.org and click on the Plan Your Day feature. You can sort by genre, you can add to your itinerary throughout the day, and that way you can definitely hit those bands and performances that you want to check out. Also, bring shoes, walkable shoes. You can shoes that you can walk in, and plenty of water. There'll be a trolley that takes you around the whole neighborhood, and please park on the outskirts. Fresno City College has a relaxed parking for that day.
Perfect. And then what kind of music can you predict?
All kinds of music, every single genre. It's really the whole spectrum. So you might pass one porch where there's folk music, and then the next porch is heavy metal, just all kinds of genres.
All right, thank you so much for having us. And to follow more information, don't forget to go on the website, www.towerporchfest.org.
Coming up, a legendary rock band is hitting the Save Mart Center for one final tour stop you won't want to miss.
Plus, in sports, Fresno State hockey is proving you don't need a big roster to make a big impact. Fresno State Focus will be right back.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Up in my head to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes. Hey. Down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Deep in my heart. Down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. All over me. All over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. I got that bulldog spirit.
I'm Jerry Hawker with your Focus on Sports. Fresno State women's tennis is now out of the Mountain West Conference tournament. The 12th-seeded Bulldogs took on the defending champions Grand Canyon University in the first match of the championship in Las Vegas. It was a tough start for the Bulldogs at Mission Hills yesterday. After the opening 18 holes of the Mountain West Championship, Fresno State sinks in 10th place with a team score of 26 over par. The Dogs trail co-leaders San Jose State and Colorado State by 23 strokes. Second round action is underway now in Rancho Mirage as Fresno State looks to climb the leaderboard before tomorrow's finale. After his amazing performance at UFC 327, Bulldog alumnus Josh Hokett now has a massive opportunity. Hokett will face Derek Lewis at UFC Freedom 250, which will be hosted at the White House this summer. Lewis is the most prolific knockout artist in UFC history. It will be another massive test for the rising Central Valley star in Hokett. Back to you, Fabian.
Grab your skates and hit the ice with the Fresno State Ice Hockey Club, an organization whose team management is offering something far beyond the ice.
The Fresno State Ice Hockey Club offers its recruits more than just ice time. They provide an opportunity to excel outside the ice rink.
I'm trying to teach a culture here to let these guys know that while at this moment we have a short roster, it's not always going to be that way. And if you do want to be a part of this team, you got to be ready to work. You got to be ready to bring it every single day.
Players on the hockey club are resilient and are bonded by the fact that they are a smaller program than most.
Because I wanted to do hockey and theater, and knowing that we had a theater program, and I heard they have a good theater program, that made me want to come here a bit more. I would say coming here, I was more a hockey kid doing theater, but slowly now I'm more of a theater kid playing hockey.
We want to grow the market and the team and hopefully bring some excitement to the Valley and try to make it so the Valley has something to be prideful in the hockey community.
With players coming from all around the world, the Fresno State Ice Hockey Club plays under one flag, with the heart of a bull.
The Fresno State Ice Hockey Club just wrapped up its season and is looking to bring in some new recruits this offseason.
After decades of popular anthems, the legendary rock band Journey is hitting the road one last time. The final Frontier store stops at the Cinema Center this Friday night. The concert starts at 7:30 and tickets are available online. Happy Earth Day to all you tree huggers. Merced County is giving a dying tree new life. The county decided to transform a 100-year-old tree into a sculpture. People gathered in Courthouse Park to witness the creation of a new sculpture. Tommy McCarthy completed the project in 3 days. The bear began as a 5-foot trunk on a redwood tree.
What do you think of the trees, Marcos?
It's really good to see them in good condition, you know?
Yeah, it's always good to give life, new life. With death comes new life, right?
Definitely, definitely.
Next week on Fresno State Focus, we'll meet ASI's new president. If you haven't voted yet, remember, you have until tomorrow.
Plus, we'll see how artificial intelligence is impacting healthcare.
Also, we'll take a look at how some of the best quiet spots on campus. They'll come in handy as we are weeks away from finals.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.